morning. Good morning. Hey, everyone. Do you know what today is? It's the picnic. We have an annual picnic here that we always have this picnic. And if you're new here today, it's your lucky day because you do not need to have brought something to join us at the picnic. So just come on in and enjoy. We have the great good fortune to have some guest speakers today. We've got Larry and Kay, and their talk is about spiritual lessons from the river. So I don't know what their spiritual lessons are, but I know I've had a million of my own spiritual lessons. Robert actually was a whitewater raft guide when early on in our relationship, and I got him a shirt that said, "In heaven, there is endless whitewater made of clouds." So, endless whitewater, lots of good times on the river. Our reader today is Ginny Hout. Our musician is Elise Wonder. And Megan Bright is our chaplain today. So, Megan, are you here? Somebody will be the chaplain today. Oh, she's coming in the door. There's Megan. Hi, Megan. Our chaplain today. On our youth program is focusing on the powers of understanding and will in August. And the affirmation is, I choose my good based on spiritual understanding. So that's what the kids are working on. Come on up, announcers.
Hello, I am Courtney Fuchs, and I'm one of the co-chairs of the Welcome Team, first of all. And so to make you feel more welcome, we have for the 50th picnic, but just for the 50th in general, we have these really fun sunglasses that acknowledge our 50th year. And there's like 9 different colors back there. I mean, neon green and neon yellow to navy. And so you can be conservative or crazy all you want. But you'll be able to pick them up on your way in to get food. So make sure and see them in the library and grab one. Put them on. Oh. Am I cool? Am I cool or what? Yeah.
So, if you're going to get your sunglasses, you're going to head back this way towards the roomy room. And after you go there, then you go in and you get your plate and your forks and spoons, and then you go to the table and you get your buns to put your either your beef or chicken or tempeh on, and then you get all the other good stuff that everybody brought. Then you go outside and you find your table, and then you can go get your drinks on the back porch. And then after that, we have opportunities for badminton, bocce ball, twister, and a surprise. Okay, come join us.
Hello, my name's Susan Kimball. I am pretty brand spanking new here. I just moved here in June, but I've been involved with New Thought for 20 years. I was at Mile High Church in Denver. I just came from Unity Church in Omaha. And I want to let you know about a wonderful nonprofit service that we're going to be doing. So I'm a Reiki master, and while in Denver, I volunteered for a group called Life Spark. And they're a nonprofit that's been around for 20 years. They offer Reiki and healing touch for free to people with cancer. And Reiki and healing touch can help reduce stress, depression, pain, and fatigue. So it's really a wonderful service. And Unity of Fort Collins has graciously agreed to be our place to land here and do services. So we're really grateful for that. So there'll be a room here. It's going to start up in September, and I'll be the site coordinator and also one of the providers. So if you have cancer, had cancer, know someone with cancer, Leisbark also does remote sessions, so they don't even have to live around here. And I will be around after service, and I forgot about the picnic, so I didn't bring anything, but I can do that. So if you have any questions, I've got some flyers too with a QR code so you can get the website and get more information. So thanks a lot so much for offering that and for letting me let you know. Thanks.
How cool is that? Yeah. On Tuesday, the Hudgens group will start a new book called The Eye of the Eye. Eye of the Eye. Contact Courtney if you're interested in joining. On Thursday, there's a Love in Action Diving Deeper meeting at 6:30 in the Friendship Room. Council meeting next week at 11:30. Sunday, September 14th, Rev Sharon will be holding a death and dying workshop at 11:30. The topics to be covered are our natural fear of death, near-death experiences, and embracing each day with guidance from the Spirit within. All right. So let's join together in our centering prayer. Our unity centers us in light and peace, allowing us to recognize our God within and to radiate that love to the world. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I just want to give a big thank you to all of you who are reaching out and continually reaching out to me through this time. I have a big day. I am I'm singing here, then I'm singing at Horsetooth Tavern at 1:30, and then I'm going to go win a trip to Nashville. I'm going to go win a vocal competition tonight. So I can see the bright lights of Nashville now. So I get more credit the more people who show up. So I'm at the Boot Grill tonight. The competition's 6 to 8:30. So come early, a little bit early if you want to get a seat. This is the song I wrote for the gods of the river. And I'm really grateful today is river themed. Whew. It's so easy to get caught up in elementary stuff, and day-to-day living's got me feeling more like giving up than picking up and carrying on. But we resist, persist, and my struggle leaves me breathless, spits me out a stressed mess, and I sink with what I cling to, indeed I do. So when I feel that life is pulling me under, it's the best I can do to keep my head above water. I just sit back and listen to that current urging me, teaching me. She said you got to go with the river, flow with the river, got to let your spirit know it's at home in the flow. You got to go with the river, flow with the river, got to let your spirit know it's at home in the flow. winter breaks that levee you could never quite be ready for. I said you're kicking and you're screaming and you wish that you were dreaming. Is this all you've been living for? You're giving it all your strength and it's taking up all your strength. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? So when you feel that laughing ripping you under, it's the best you can do to keep your head above water. Won't you sit back and listen to that current urging you, teaching you, go with the river, flow with the river, got to let your spirit know it's at home in the flow. You got to go with the river, flow with the river, got to let your spirit know it's at home in the flow. Yeah. And when you catch that peaceful eddy, you got to dip your toes in the river. You got to dig them down to that cool, clean bottom. Go down to that cool, clean river. Praise the deep, whoa. You got to let go with the river. You got to let your spirit know it's at home in the flow. And when you're coming up the bend, you don't know how it's gonna end, and it don't stop. Oh, I said the current, it don't stop. Ooh, let your spirit know it's at home. Praise the deep, praise the deep, praise the clean, clean water. Now for a reading by Ginny.
Hi, friends. Deva Premal and her partner Miten they're musicians and they're gurus. I kind of followed them, and this is I'm going to read you the lyrics of a song that Miten wrote called Riverman. Riverman is inspired by a quiet moment by the river Pegnitz in Deva's hometown of Nuremberg. She's from Germany. And he dedicates this song to Hermann Hesse and his masterpiece, Siddhartha. Riverman. Close to the river, that's where I am. The river is my teacher. Close to the river, the water, that's my plan. The river is my teacher. Clean or dirty, that's the way she goes. It's not about the water, it's all about the flow. I am the riverman. Close to the water, I'm on holy ground. The river is my teacher. I love to hear her singing. I love that sound. The river is my teacher. She takes the path of least resistance, I know. It's not about the distance, it's all about the flow. I am the riverman. Well, I could have been a carpenter carving Buddhas out of trees, and I could have been a fisherman sailing out on the seas. But I became a ferryman and in ones and twos and threes. I carry you over to the other side. I carry you over to the other side. Carry you across the river, deep and wide. You can take my hand, I am the riverman. Close to the water, that's where I'll end my days. The river is my teacher, her words of wisdom come. In most melodious ways, the river is my teacher. She's still rolling, rolling down in my soul. It's all about the rhythm of life. It's all about how we roll. I am the riverman. I am the riverman. And I carry you over to the other side. The river is my teacher. Listen to the river now. I am the riverman.
I'd like to welcome the choir up here. I love how many songs there are to choose from about rivers. And it's cool, a lot of the people in the singer-songwriter realm are singing about rivers too. Everybody, if you want. After all the changes that we've been through, yeah. Give you my money and I quit cigarettes. We haven't seen the best of it yet. I wanna know, can you tell me, am I in love to stay? Take me to the river. Drop me in the water. Say, take me to the river. Dip me in the water. Now I know why you love me so good. After any blessings that we all have, yeah. Love is an ocean I can't forget. Running so free, I will never forget. I wanna know, can you tell me, am I in love to stay? Take me to the river. Drop me in the water. Give me some claps. Say, take me to the river. I said, dip me in the water. Hold me, baby. Hold me, yeah. Love me. Sing me, yeah. Squeeze me till I can't take it no more. Ooh. Take me to the river. Drop me in the water. Take me to the river. Dip me in the water. I said, take me to the river. Washing me down, washing me. Washing me down, washing me. I said, washing me down, yeah. I said, oh, washing me down. Oh, yeah. Washing me down, washing me down, yeah. Washing me down now cleansing my soul. I said I'm cleansing my soul. Yeah.
It's our turn. Oops, I'm losing my little thing here.
You losing your clip?
Yes, I'm sorry. Hi. Hi, everybody. There, I think I'm together now.
Very good. Well, this is a real treat to be here with you all. And there seems to be a theme today about the river and about the flow. So we'll contribute to that. I'm Larry Gottlieb. This is my wife, Katherine Knickerbocker. She goes by Kay. And we're here today largely at the recommendation of our friends, J.D. Martin and Jan Garrett. Jan and I were in a band together in the 70s. We toured with John Denver and Steve Martin and all that kind of stuff. So we go back a long ways, and they thought we'd be a good fit. So that's why we're here. We also have family here, the Alex Hagmans, if any of you know them. And we get to go celebrate our grandson's 3rd birthday this afternoon. So that's another treat for us.
And we're staying with Mary Lib and Denny
Sovic?
Sovic, if
I don't know
anyone,
if any of you
just
know
right
them.
down the road
Yeah.
here.
Very nice. Anyway, we're here to share with you our new novel, Secrets of the River, A Parable for Our Times. I wrote this story after having published a couple of nonfiction books. I wrote this story about 10 years ago to incorporate conversations between younger folks in the prime of their lives and some elders. And I set that, when you write a story, you have to have a setting. So I set it on the river, and you all know about the metaphors and the we've talked about it already and sung about it already this morning, the spiritual lessons that the river has to offer. The only problem with that is that I don't have the experience of a multi-day river trip, so I couldn't really bring it to life. I couldn't make it real. So I put it on the shelf. And 9 years ago, I met Kay, and she has extensive river experience. And so, honey, would you help me with this thing? Would you help me bring it to life? And oh, no, we got distracted by other things. And I finally got her to sit down and read the manuscript, and we got involved in bringing it to life. And we brought the river's lessons into an actual story that's enjoyable to read, and some of you may have the experience to go along with that too. So there are metaphors in our book, not the least of which is the one about, when you put yourself in the boat, you're going where the river goes. You have a paddle, they give you a paddle, and you can thrash around with that, but you're not going to get the boat to go anywhere but down the river. And I found that really meaningful to me. It's kind of like let go, let God, that phrase that many of us have heard before.
Well, our story is about self-discovery and the relationship that we have with the universe. And when I use the term universe, we could also use terms like God, all that it is, spirit. But for me, universe speaks to a broad brush. And in our book, we don't use the word spirit or spirituality. We wanted it to be welcomed by a broader audience than what we have here, that we can speak the same language here with you. Our story is about this self-discovery and our relationship to the universe. And we have 5 city folk that are all in their mid-40s, but strangers to one another. And they find themselves on a 10-day commercial river rafting trip. And they discover a lot about themselves, as Larry will describe to you in a little bit. But they're very successful in their careers in the city, but they feel like something is missing. They're not quite sure what that is. So we provided a prologue in our book to introduce you to each of these characters and how they were guided or led to find themselves on this raft with each other on this 10-day river trip. And none of them had been on the river before. So they're learning about themselves and nature and all the lessons of the rivers.
So over the 10 days that the actual river trip takes place, they discover new ways of looking at themselves and at the world. And they do that through conversations amongst themselves and between themselves and the river guide and his two cohorts, May and the professor, each of whom is an elder. They've earned the appellation elder through their lives, and I'll speak more about that later. There are fun and challenging times on the river, and there are deep, enlightening conversations on and off the river. So after this river trip, when you complete your time on the river, you go back to real life. You go back to your whatever you do when you're not on the river. And so we follow each of our travelers a little bit back into their lives to see if the river trip has made any difference, to see if these conversations have had any effect. And we really enjoyed writing that part of the story. So we have that epilogue. So having described to you what the book is about, we want to do a little bit of reading, and I'm going to start at the beginning. Some of you have seen this quote. We begin the book with a quote as follows: "I am he." You know what? I'm going to put these on. "I am he, as you are me, and we are all together." Of course, that's John Lennon and Paul McCartney, and "I Am the Walrus." And the note to the reader at the beginning continues like this: "Dear reader, it's me, your narrator in this story. I am we, the common oneness we all share. We travel within the characters you will meet, guiding them and you on this journey. We are collective and omniscient, aware of the thoughts, feelings, and doings of all in this world. Thus, we tell these characters' stories in action and thought, but we will also allow each individual to speak for themselves. Come along with us on this magical journey, the universe." So, on day one of the river trip, the river guide, whose job it is to organize everything and lead the experience, sets the stage, and he does so as follows. Let me set the stage for our discussions, okay? I'm going to make a statement that is in accordance with my take on the human condition. Your minds will each hear that statement in a way that is unique to your own perspective. My intention is to challenge your perspective and give you an opportunity to question it, perhaps for the first time. Is that okay with you all? Margaret and Annie nod their assent, but the guys don't react except to look away at the river. It seems they're waiting to see what happens next. The guide speaks deliberately, choosing his words with care and voicing them with gentleness and warmth. I want all of you to know that the world is magical and mysterious, that it's awesome and unfathomable. It is our certainty that we already know what the world is and how it works that blinds us to the magic and the mystery. Our certainty blocks the awe that we could feel in experiencing the wonder of it all. And our belief that we fully understand the world deprives us of the joy of appreciating its mysteries, especially the mysteries about ourselves.
Well, I have to tell you, in the book, there's a lot of resistance to that statement. These 5 individuals thought they were going on vacation. Well, they wanted to get away from their daily lives and thought that a river trip could give them a chance to maybe think about their lives and but have some fun at the same time. So they were not expecting a statement like that. So I'm now going to read a passage to you that's very special for me. I believe that if you're present to or you're aware of such, that you'll find signs from God all through your daily life that helps you show the way of growth and on your path. And so I'm going to read you without my glasses because it interferes with this microphone. So forgive me if I'm doing this. We're on a relatively spacious beach on the sunny side of the river. And beyond are some large trees at the base of a small hill where the crew has set up our tents. When Annie and Margaret find theirs, they discover they've been pitched under a tree with a twisted trunk. Annie exclaims, "Look, we're under a vortex." And Margaret says, what's a vortex? I think of a vortex as a place where spiritual energy flows. This feels good. I think it's a good sign that they've put us here. Really? What does it say to you? I've come to think of the universe as our teacher and the world as the classroom. I haven't shared this with anybody on this trip, but I believe the universe is looking out for us and guiding us on our paths. I think the world is full of reminders that we're so much more than our physical bodies. And I love it when I come upon one of these signs. It's like finding a parking space when the lot is totally full, or an empty table when the restaurants are all crowded. This tree feels like one of those signs, and I feel its vibration, like it's welcoming us. She turns and wraps her arms around the trunk of the tree as far as she can reach, giving it a human hug. Listening to Annie's words, Margaret feels her heart beating a little faster. She's not sure why. She asks, do you mean like coincidences? More than that, Annie says. More like some unseen hand is guiding us to be at just the right place at the right time. Margaret is suddenly struck by the seeming coincidence of seeing the flyer for the river trip at that coffee shop. "Oh, I think I know what you mean," she says, and she reaches around the backside of the tree to give it a hug as well. As their arms touch around this tree, both of them smile.
Why don't you give them a taste of the river?
Well, yes, I guess we're on the river for 10 days in this book. So we do have class 2 and 3 rapids. We don't have big white water to scare them because they've never been on a river before. But this is just one little scene we have about the river. The guide maneuvers us through a field of boulders, which we now welcome instead of hearing. Benjamin likens it to being in a pinball machine. But fortunately, we're gently bouncing off them with purpose as the guide sets the raft up for the next boulder. Suddenly, a random gust of wind grabs Benjamin's hat, and off it goes into the water. Startled, he reaches as far as he can to retrieve it, loses his balance, and goes head first into the river with a great splash. The guide says, "Well, that's 2 overboard so far on this trip, and it's not over yet." But remembering the guide's initial instructions about facing his feet downriver if he ever fell overboard, Benjamin struggles to turn his body around. His heart is beating fast, and more boulders are approaching. He finally gets oriented properly, but not before banging his right shin and ankle on a large rock. Meanwhile, the guide has abandoned the oars to reach for Benjamin, and May quickly jumps into his seat and grabs the oars to avoid the next obstacle. We're stunned with this turn of events, but before we can react to help Benjamin, the guide has moved Malcolm aside and, bracing his legs, is reaching to grab any part of the PFD that he can. Managing to get a hold of Benjamin's collar, he uses all of his strength to pull him alongside the raft. Once Benjamin is facing the raft, the guide reaches under the shoulder pad of the PFD and pulls him aboard. Whew, So a PFD is a personal flotation device. When we began this manuscript together, we just referred to them as life vests. And I had a river rat read the first manuscript, and he said, "It's a good story, but you cannot call them life vests. They're personal flotation devices."
So earlier I referred to the elders. The guide and May and the professor have earned that designation. And I wanted to talk a little bit more about the role of elders in our society. As you can tell by the color of our hair, we're at that stage, and I'm sure some of you feel that as well. And, you know, in our culture, elders are kind of swept aside when they're no longer capable of or interested in keeping up with the rough and tumble and the pace of daily life. But as many of you know, in indigenous and aboriginal cultures, elders are very highly regarded, and they are so because they've had an opportunity over their decades of life to accumulate wisdom, real knowledge about how to live in the best way possible with joy and fulfillment and sharing and giving to others, younger people. And we included that theme in our book. It's very important to us. Also, I told you that the subtitle of our book is A Parable for Our Times. And I mentioned before that we feel like writing a story is the best way to transmit spiritual lessons as opposed to a dry recitation. As Kay said, we don't use the word spiritual in this book, but we're pretty comfortable using that word here with you all. So about the spiritual lessons, I just wanted to give you a taste of some of the topics that we cover. And I'm going to do that by reading just a few of the items in our table of contents, because we organized the book so people could also find the lessons that we're transmitting, as well as sort of the linear day 1, day 2, day 3. So let me read you just a few entries in our table of contents. We have letting go of beliefs. We have how common sense fails us, that voice in our heads, the path of least resistance, and one of my favorites, the law of attraction. So that's our presentation for you. We're delighted to be here with you all. Oh yes, I actually have something else. Someone asked me yesterday, what is the central message of your book? And this is what tumbled out, and I'd like to read it to you. The universe uses the world to teach us who we really are, and it does so in a myriad of ways, some of which we notice and some of which we don't. And the secrets, we were delighted to see on that lighted sign out by the street, secrets from the river, it says, among other things. And I wanted to tell you where the title of our book comes from. Let's see, it's 47. I added this at the last minute, so I have to look for the page number. So the guide is speaking to the group again on the first day, and he says, I think you'll find that by the end of this trip, you'll have had some fun and a true adventure that will have been worth your while. There are marvels awaiting us, but to see them, we really have to pay attention. The secrets of the river are all hidden in plain sight. I've come across some of them, and they've changed my life. I know there are many more that I've looked right at and not seen. And I'll spend the rest of my life looking breathlessly. That's a line from Carlos Castaneda. Some of you may remember that. Very important teacher in my spiritual evolution. So that's who we are. That's the book we wrote. And we'll be around as long as any of you would like to be here and speak to us today. Have any questions you might want to ask. We're we really enjoy interacting with people, and we're delighted to be here again. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Our thoughts are prayers, and we are always praying. Our thoughts are prayers. Listen to what you're saying. Seek a higher consciousness, a state of peacefulness, and know that God is everywhere. And every thought's indeed a prayer.
So it's time for our meditation. And we included a meditation in our book. It takes place on the riverbank because our travelers have had a lot of thoughts in their minds, and May wants them to clear their minds so that they can appreciate the value of being quiet and silent. So I'm going to read that meditation from our book. So picture yourself on the river. There are some flat rocks. You've taken your PFDs, your personal flotation devices, to cushion your seat. And you've closed your eyes, and May conducts the meditation. You can close your eyes or leave them open, it doesn't matter. Try to relax as best you can and breathe normally. Now I want you to be aware of the sound of the river. Let yourself be aware of how that sound changes and how it stays the same. Let yourself be aware. If your attention wanders to a thought, be aware that it has wandered and bring it back to the sound of the river. If you feel some bodily sensation or as something else grabs your attention, be aware of that. Whatever you're paying attention to, notice that you're aware of it. If you're thinking a thought, be aware of thinking that thought. If you're listening to the river, be aware of that. If you have a pain or some other physical sensation, be aware of that also. Notice it. Know that that's what you're aware of. Maybe you're enjoying what we're doing here, and maybe not. Whatever your experience is, become aware of that. Something within you knows what you're aware of. The sound of the river changes from moment to moment. The physical sensations come and go. Thoughts change into other thoughts. But notice that there's something that's aware of all those subtle changes. And that something doesn't change. It's always aware. And the awareness is constant. Maybe you're aware of emotions. Maybe impatience, maybe annoyance, maybe even joy or bliss. Those also change, but the awareness of those emotions does not change. You can actually notice that which is noticing. You can be aware of that which is aware. Okay, everybody, let's come back to the room at your own pace. Open your eyes if they're closed. Take a deep breath and let it out slowly. Once again, there's another pause, and then, how was that for you? Annie is the first to speak. She says that was so much simpler than the meditations I've been doing. Thank you.
May the blessings of God rest upon me. May God's peace abide in me. May God's presence illuminate my heart now and forevermore. May the blessings of God rest upon you. May God's peace abide in you. May God's presence illuminate your heart now and forevermore. May the blessings of God rest upon us. May God's peace abide in us. May God's presence illuminate our hearts now and forevermore. Now and forevermore.
Wow. What a story. And Kate and Larry, we appreciate you being with us on this special day. Every day is special, but especially when you show up here. And that goes for any of you that are visiting us for the first time. We appreciate you being part of this community. You know, story is wonderful. Most of our sacred writings, for instance, what we call the Bible, is nothing more than story. Story comes from all different areas, and one is not more sacred than another. So thank you for bringing your sacred writings to us. And it's available over in the narthex, I understand. You want to pick up a copy of this beautiful parable book. Well, I got two people standing in front of me. That must mean we need to take the offering. So let's just take that offering that we have, that gift that we've been given, and return part of it for the work of this ministry. So let's bless our offering with gratefulness together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God.
Been traveling these long roads for so long. My heart's been far from you. 10,000
miles gone. Oh, I wanna come near and give you every part of me, but there's blood on my hands, and my lips are unclean. In my darkness I remember Mama's words reoccur to me. Surrender to the good flow, and it'll wash your face clean. Take me to the river, I wanna go. Oh, take me to your river, I wanna go. Dip me in your smooth waters, I go in. As a man with many crimes come up for air, as my sin flow down the Jordan, oh, I wanna come near and give you every part of me, but there's blood on my hands, and my lips are unclean. Take me to your river, I wanna go. Oh, take me to your river, I wanna go. Wanna go, wanna go, wanna go. I wanna know, wanna know, wanna know. Wanna go, wanna go, wanna go. Oh, I wanna know, wanna know, wanna know. Ooh, wanna go, wanna go, wanna go. Ooh, wanna know, wanna know, wanna know. Take me to your river, I wanna go. Oh, take me to your river, I wanna go.
Wow, Elise, can we go to this light of mine, and we might be visited by some kids back here.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. I said this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Here on the corner of Lines and Vine, I'm gonna let it shine. I said here on the corner of Lines and Vine, I'm gonna let it shine. Here on the corner of Lines and Vine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Okay.
Hi. today we made these sheets of whatever we're good at. And I said I'm really good at some video games. And then there's like words for how like those words like work with whatever I'm good at. And for understanding, I did you have to like understand the game to actually play it.
Love your hat.
I said I was really good at aerial silks, and I also said I have faith that I won't fall. I said reading, and I said imagination helps me imagine the story.
Okay. Good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being here. It looks like you're good at a lot of stuff. Okay, well, we got a bunch of food down here and down the hall, so I think we ought to go and visit that area of the church, don't you? So let's just circle up and greet somebody that you've never met before, okay? Okay. We have the peace song and then the prayer protection. So together, the light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.